I think we're doing it. I think we're live on YouTube. Look at that. Cool. All right, so I'm cooled off from our Aquaventure stream earlier. Something is giving me audio here and I don't want it. I'll figure out audio someday. Okay. And okay. Yeah, so we were playing some Aquaventure earlier. If anyone was around for that or wasn't, you can feel free to go back and watch the recording of me having an awful time. But now we're all cooled off and we're going to be playing some Roguecraft DX, which I've been having a ton of fun with. I have only 14 and a half. I thought I was closer to 18 hours. Well, we'll see what we can do today. Which I have a few hours into, I guess. I'll just say that. I've been enjoying it a lot. So we're going to go ahead and do a run. Maybe a couple runs, depending on how they go. There are 3 classes we'll look at in a bit. Okay, so if you're familiar with Roguecraft DX, this is a relatively new game for Evercade. Roguecraft is a relatively new game for Amiga, which is a roguelite, where you make your way through a dungeon and kill a monster at the end. Roguecraft DX is the deluxe version that's currently exclusive to Evercade. But I assume they're looking to bring that to maybe other platforms, or I know part of the reason it's deluxe is because it's a little bit more than maybe could run on a real Amiga. So I don't know if they're going to be backporting it regularly to Amiga, or if, it'll run fine in emulators, obviously. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've done so far. It comes along with achievements, it comes along with leaderboards. So you can see I've cleared it here with 2 of our classes. You can't see me pointing at the screen, but 2 of those items in the high score table are, they have little stars next to them. Ooh, my audio doesn't sound great. Well, maybe it's fine. I guess we'll find out on the recording. So you'll see 2 of my high scores here have little stars next to them. So those are runs I've cleared. We'll see those are 2 different classes. There's a 3rd class that I'm going to be playing today. And we've got some achievements to do if we want to look at that. True Wizard is going to be clearing it with Wizard, because you can see I have True Warrior and True Rogue already, which required clearing a run with each of those classes. Chesty is, I assume, going to be opening all of the chests. Completionist, I'm not sure if that is just completing with all of the classes, or if it's doing all of the chests and all of the secrets in a run, or killing all of the monsters, or all of the above. I'm not sure. Pacifist run seems like maybe killing only the boss, because I don't see how you're going to win without beating the boss. Dungeon Master, again, it could be one of those things I mentioned for Completionist, I'm not sure. Dry Run, I'm going to guess, is not drinking any potions, which we'll get into sort of as we go. If you aren't familiar with those, I'll explain how those work. True Seer, I have no idea what that's going to be about. There's no class called Seer, where we have True Warrior, True Rogue, and True Wizard that map to classes. Part of me likes to think we're going to unlock a 4th class if we win with Wizard, but I imagine I would have heard something about that if that were a thing, so I don't know what that's going to end up being. Maybe that's just beating it with all the classes. I don't know. I guess the next step is just starting our run. So, like I mentioned, we have 3 different classes. The sort of default, the easiest, is the Warrior. You can see it's listed as difficulty easy. And that's because it is. It's kind of your standard roguelike-ish, roguelike-like combat style where you bump into enemies to fight them, you bump into chests to open them, stuff like that. We've also got the Rogue, which is medium, which is the same combat style, but you also get the teleport ability, which teleports you randomly in the current room and kind of maxes out your strength. So if you're teleported to a good spot, you can then sneak up on an enemy and kill it in one hit, no matter how strong it is. But what we're going to be playing today is the Wizard, where you have the fewest hit points, but you can cast Magic Missile as often as you want, which allows you to kill a lot of enemies before they close the distance and you have to fight them hand to hand. Let's do it. I'll kind of explain things as I go if you aren't familiar with Roguecraft or Roguecraft DX or roguelikes in general. This is probably more specifically a roguelite and not a roguelike, depending on how stringent you are in your definitions. But you move, then the enemies move, you move, then the enemies move, etc. This is a little chicken, so I don't mind fighting it hand to hand. You just bump up against it, you fight it. Chickens play a big part in this game. And then you have these little chests. You can crack those open and get treasure, which is just points. That's all you'll ever find in the chests. So you can see I have these two exits here on the bottom and on the right. Those match up to the map in the upper right. So I'm going to go down first. You can see there's a bigger enemy here. So what I can do with this guy is I can lower it into the fire, and then I can keep it on the other side of that pit and just shoot magic missiles at it. A lot of playing as the Wizard, or a lot of how I play as the Wizard anyway, is just manipulating the AI of the enemies, either trapping them on the other sides of pits so I can shoot at them, lowering them into traps like you saw, just anything that keeps them getting too up close with you, because you're not going to win those fights. I currently have 2 health. I'm going to get more as we go. As you defeat enemies, you'll sort of level up. After a certain number of enemies that you've killed, they'll either drop a health upgrade or a strength upgrade. You can see we don't have too many strength upgrades to do. We have a few more health upgrades to do. They don't show you how high you can go with health, but it's a few more than this. But every so often I'll kill an enemy, it'll drop an upgrade for health or for strength, and that'll make me stronger or give me more HP. Another chicken. Here in the middle you can see that little trapdoor. It brings us down to the next level of the dungeon. We don't have the key yet, so we can't use it. You can see at the bottom it says you need a key. At this point, we don't want to book it for the bottom of the dungeon. We want to make sure we've seen everything. Again, there's a chicken, so I don't mind getting up close and personal with it. So here's a little red potion. I'm going to walk over it to pick it up, and now we can see it in the inventory on the bottom left. This is randomly generated. You can see if I highlight it, it's called a gassy potion. So every run, it's going to be different. You have a red potion, you have a blue potion, and you have a green potion. Red and blue are going to be randomly selected from a limited set of potions, and green is always going to be heal. So red and blue are going to be things like a teleport. They're going to be things like clearing the room, turning all the enemies into chickens, giving you extra strength, revealing the map. There are probably others that I'm not thinking. Oh, there's like a health regen that heals you over time. So I want to try out the potions as early as possible, so I know what sort of strategies I need to take with them and when I need to use them. If I hold on to them, I'm never going to know when to use them. So I want to use one of each as early as possible, just so I can know what they are. So I'm going to use this red potion here. So that's a regen. You can see in the bottom right, I'm regenerating health for the next 15 turns. I don't have any health to regen, so nothing's going to happen. But if I were low on health, every few turns it would give me an extra heart. The other thing we want to be on the lookout for here are secrets. Each each level of the dungeon is going to have secrets, or is going to have a secret. And it will always be on one of these blocks that are for an exit. And you'll be able to see it's either like crumbly stone, or if it's facing on one of the other faces where you can see the door, it's going to be like a wall that's falling apart that you know look like you can kind of like squeeze through. So we're going to be on the lookout for those. We want to find all 15 of those on our way, because I'm sure that's going to be an achievement. Okay, so we have 2 enemies on this screen. This is where you kind of start wanting to be a little bit more strategic. I'm going to go back around the other way. The interesting thing about these enemies that's going to become more relevant as we go deeper and we get stronger enemies is they move exactly the same as you. They can always only move 1 space every time you move 1 space. So you can always sort of like dance with an enemy or outrun an enemy if it's the only one on the screen. But when you start getting into like 2 or 3, they start being able to corner you. Here's a blue potion. Let's just try it. Okay, so that's a chickenizer. You can see it turned that Cthulhu monster into another chicken. So again, I don't mind going hand to hand with them. The thing with the wizard is you need to be facing the right way to shoot your magic missile. So sometimes it's difficult to both get lined up for a hit, but also be far enough away that you can turn around and take a step back towards them without them getting into range. I don't think that's our secret, but let's head over now. So here's where you can kind of like cheese it a little bit and leave and get yourself lined up. And then we give it 3 hits. And I never had to get within range of it. So there's our key for the level. We're going to pick that up. And we're going to grab this chest. Actually, no, I'll go back for it later. I was going to say we have those 2 enemies in that level that in that room that I avoided. But we'll come back for them. I'll just walk past this chicken for now. I'll get it on the way back. And you can see these little health pickups. I forget if I mentioned that when we saw the last one. But those are little health pickups. They're worth points. I'm not missing any health. They'll heal you and they're worth points. Okay, here's the secret. You can see there's sort of like crumbly bricks here. So we can walk through that. And we got some health, and we got a regen potion. We got a chest. Okay. So you can see in the map in the upper right, we've cleared all of the rooms. Well, we haven't cleared all of the rooms. We've seen all of them. There's one room that still has those 2 enemies in that I sort of left behind. Oh, and this guy. Oh, here's my strength upgrade. So you'll see in the upper left, where I have sort of 1 out of 3 strength, will now be at 2. Nice and easy. And then we'll see about our leftover enemies. It'll be a chicken and a Cthulhu. So that chicken lined itself up with me. And hopefully this guy will too. Great. There was another health pickup somewhere that I didn't grab. But that's fine. I'm more looking for progress than for points. Okay, so here's a blue Cthulhu spawned right next to me. I don't want to be that close to it and fight it hand to hand the whole time, but I can see that it spawns lined up with an entryway. So I'm just going to kind of walk it over here to the door and escape. And then if I go back in, I should be lined up with it and can take a few shots. A little bit later in the game, you sort of end up cheesing it, because the monsters are just going to be too difficult for you to fight hand to hand, even though you have more health by then and you have more strength by then. The monsters are just real strong, so you're going to find yourself coming into and out of rooms a lot to line things up. You don't need to do that as much. I'm going to use my regen potion. You're not going to need to do that as much with the other classes, maybe a little bit with the rogue. But definitely not so much with the warrior. But you can see how there's only one enemy here, and I can kind of like dance with it a little bit. I'm trying to get it lined up on the other side of this pit, because there are some times where I'll take a step, but it won't take a step. So we're kind of, there we go. So now we're kind of on other opposite sides of the pit, and I can just take as many shots as I want. And I was never really in any danger there, because it's always, it moves one step every time I move one step. So there was never a chance where I'm going to get cornered, or never a chance where it's going to like catch up with me and take a shot at me before I'm ready. Grab this bat as it comes around the corner. And hopefully the same with this chicken. I think the chickens just kind of move randomly, rather than closing the distance like the other enemies do. For now. Get health pickup. Again, I know this is just a... I don't want to spoil it. I know this is just a regular chicken. So I don't mind fighting them. I'd love to level up for a new health soon. I want to try to get this bat to... Yeah, like that. For some reason, the bats can't fly over these gaps. We'll meet an enemy soon that can fly over them, but the bats can't for whatever reason. Are those... Is that a secret? No. We've been in that corner room. Did I kill all the enemies there? That's where we first came down, right? Yeah, and I got all the enemies. So here's one of those times where I kind of wish I could change my facing without taking a turn, but it's fine. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lose this guy on the other side of the pit, but we're going to try. No, I'll just grab him on the way back. Which is okay. One of the things you can also do is trap enemies behind chests and just shoot at them. So as the wizard, it's a lot about maneuvering like that and keeping yourself safe while still being able to get the hits that you need. Oh, right. Right. I have an instinct to... a roguelike instinct to bump into the wall to progress enemies, but since I'm the wizard, I can just shoot off magic missiles to move everyone around. So I can, if I get my facing okay, I can have everyone kind of move towards me. No secret. Oh, I'm in a corner, so there can't be a secret next to me anyway. Another heal. He's been there. I'm going to try to get this bat's not moving at all. I'm going to get it on the other side of the pit. Just take it out. I gotta be doing my health upgrade soon. It's been a while. Oof. Do we remember what blue? Oh, blue was a chickenizer, right? Okay, get this guy. Actually, he's trapped over there, so I can shoot him across the gap. I was wondering if he was going to cross the bridge and close in that way. These little fires, you can lure enemies into fires, except for the bat's not going to be hurt by it because it's just going to fly over it. I'm going to leave the room to reset the bat. An interesting thing about this is it seems like the enemies, and maybe the enemies and the items, all spawn onto slots. And depending on which enemy you kill or which item you pick up, that can change what slot all of the other ones are in next time you enter the room. So the bat was like towards the right of the room. It might be in the chicken spot now, depending on what order they... Still the same one. Depending on what order they, I guess, were spawned in. Gonna see if this guy lines up with me, and it does. There's my health upgrade, which will both heal my missing heart and give me an extra one. And we have the secret. You can see we have a crumbling wall over here, so I can just push through this. And get a little blue Thulu. Go in through here. So hopefully he just lines up with me, and I can get him as it closes in. Great. I can just vibe out while we look for more enemies. Okay, we have a health pickup in the exit room if we need it. Hopefully we don't. We also have a regen potion and a heal potion. Get this guy over here. Take him out, and we got our key, which we need to pick up. This is the last room. I'm going to use our chickenizer potion, even though there's nothing to chickenize, because I'd love to have an extra heal potion for later. I'll grab this health pickup just for the points. Get a couple points. Okay, so you can see we have 2 chests in this room. But you can only ever have one chest in a room, so now we have mimics. I've been told that mimics spawn more towards the left of the square that they're on. So you can see this one I'm lined up with seems to be a little bit more towards the left, right? It's closer to the edge, both on the bottom and on the left. So I'm going to take a shot at that and see if it wakes it up. Great. So that's just going to be a regular chest. I don't think you can ever have 2 mimics in a room. I don't think I've ever run into that. These, you can see we have 3 little fire pits around here. One of them is all the way open next to the bat. One of them is a little bit open next to the Cthulhu. And one of them is completely closed over on the other side of the Cthulhu near the wall. So as I move, they're going to open and close. So I can step over them when they're not open. I believe monsters can too, but if I lure that Cthulhu in while it's open, it'll take damage. That bat, on the other hand, will not, because it's flying, but not as flying as one of the flying enemies we'll meet in, I think, a couple of levels. How do I want to do this? I'll get some pot shots, see if I can kill the Cthulhu before the bat closes in, which I can't. Okay, we'll go around the long way. None of these guys are really strong enough to require this level of conservativeness, I guess. Concern, perhaps. But I just want to kind of get into the mindset, because we're going to start seeing things that are much bigger and more powerful. I almost went to grab that chest, and then I saw it was a mimic. So let's, and you can see it moved. Okay. What was going on in here? I could line up on this one, hope the Cthulhu comes across, and maybe the bat will come in through the acid. We'll just leave to reset. And there you can see it's where the Cthulhu was spawned before. We'll see what way it closes the distance here. Boy. At deeper levels, this is this is what a lot of my wizard... Man, is it okay to call it wizard play? That sounds weird. A lot of what my strategy for playing as the wizard is just leaving the room and coming back and hoping to get better rolls on hits or better movement on the AI. Great. Okay, that's going to be a regular chest. Great. This is a regen. I don't have space in my inventory, so I'll leave it there. And try to remember for later, because we have a whole lot of the level left to explore, so I don't want to prematurely take any potions. Well, let's see what happens. You can see Monster Herd itself, the Cthulhu walked into the acid pool or whatever that's supposed to be. And now they've lined themselves up for me, so I don't need to worry about them closing in on opposite sides. I can take as many shots as I need. And that's not a mimic. Okay, here's the key. I can't pick it up because I have too many potions. So let's explore the rest of the rooms. Hopefully he'll walk into the fire. Free hit. Let's try that again. Maybe he'll walk into the fire again. Great. Around the corner. And I should have... Come on. We can do it. 1. Great. That's just a regular chest. I could have trapped... If that were a mimic, it would get trapped behind this potion anyway. And then we have our secret here. Again, you can see the crumbly bricks that I'm standing on. So we have a mimic. What's our longest? That's the same. Okay, we'll just shoot it from the door then. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze 1 second. Nope, I'm not gonna sneeze. I was lying. Let's kill this mimic. Takes 3 hits, huh? Well, we have our potions anyway, so we can be a little bit more daring. I don't think the mimic does 3 damage. And I could have backed out of the room to heal if I really needed to. We're just leaving potions everywhere. Whoops. I try not to be careless like that. Okay. Well, let's... Any of the potions I was leaving behind are regen, or were they all chickenizers and health? Alright, let's take full heal. Not walk into that again. Okay, we still got the key down there. I'm going to leave that there. We have a regen. Let's go across. Still feel a sneeze in there. It's going to happen. It comes down to it. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I could trap this guy on the other side of the pit. Oh yeah, you can really see when they're lined up like this. You can see how they're aligned differently. So that's going to be the mimic. And then we'll see if we can trap it. Yeah. On the other side of the pit. Take our treasure. Great. We'll bring him up to the line. Take a few shots. Things are pretty straightforward at, we're here in level 3. Things are still pretty straightforward and not crazy dangerous. You can still, as the wizard anyway, you can still take a hit here that you don't want to take and lose the run. Even on, like level 1, if a chicken gets you real bad, you only have 2 hearts to deal with it. So you got to be a little bit careful with the wizard, but here on level 3, it's not that dangerous yet. There are, I think I mentioned this, there are 15 levels. The 15th level has the boss in the center of it. Well, not always in the center of it, but within its level. See if these guys line themselves up for me. Okay. I'm going to walk this guy into the fire. Just walk into the wall there to give him a free move. You can kind of see it. For better or worse, the higher levels of this game is a lot of this. Picking off the enemies one by one, taking them into traps like that. That is a mimic. I'm going to take this one into trap 2. Okay, so they get hit even if it's only a little open, so as long as it's not completely closed, they'll take damage. Go. We already found the key but haven't picked it up yet. So this is just, I guess, farming for experience to hopefully get a lot. We'll get a strength pickup this time, I think. I think we most recently got a health pickup. Trap everyone behind this heart. Oh, came around. Yeah, so here's our last strength pickup. Feels weird. On the as the rogue or as the warrior, your strength can get much higher. Especially the warrior, obviously. It's weird to have max strength on level 3. There are some strategies for getting slightly higher strength, or I guess getting strength faster. I don't know if it will give you above max strength. A strength potion can temporarily give you 1 strength higher than cleared the floor, so I'm going to pick these up. A strength potion can give you 1 strength higher than your max temporarily for 12 turns or whatever it is. But there are options for permanently gaining strength in a way that isn't getting a strength pickup, and I don't know if that can bump up your maximum strength, if you can go above your maximum strength forever with it. I haven't had the opportunity to test. I'm going to use this potion and just pick up a replacement. I didn't actually see if it gave me points, but I feel like it probably gives you points. I'm going to use the heal because I have the most of it. As you go through, your most important potions are going to change. I'm going to use the chickenizer. I'll see if it gives me points for using it. It doesn't. And I'll see if it gives me points for picking up. It does. Okay. So if I'm going for a high score, which I'm not, but if I'm going for a high score, it's good to know that picking up a potion gives me points. Once again, it spawned me next to an enemy, but I can just slowly walk away. Kill that chicken while we wait. So we saw in the other room, I'll go back there in just a second, and I can kill the bats in 1 now because I got a strength upgrade. So over in this room, you can see we have a new enemy. I forget their name, but they are a ghost of some kind, so they can fly over these pits, is the interesting part. So we'll see them. We can't just trap them over on the other side of the pit and take pot shots at them. They're going to close that distance. And they can, I believe, travel through items too, but not other enemies. So, I don't know, that's something to be aware of as you're fighting them, being able to lock them into a spot and take a few shots at them. You're not going to be able to do that with a pit, and you're not going to be able to do that with a chest or with a potion, because they can just fly right over them, or I guess pass right through them, in a way that bats can't for some reason. But you can trap them behind other enemies, so if you get everyone to line up, you can keep them from surrounding you. There's a bat. Doesn't only take 1 hit these days. No secrets, but health pickup we'll try to remember, bottom center. Chicken. So we'll see if he gets close enough. He's gonna just go right onto the pit. So here's a mimic. Still can't cross the pit. And we can trap this guy. Got a regen. Oh, we got our secret here too. Let's pop this open. Got a ghost. We got a bat. Let's see if we can take the bat out and then come back. Come on, dude. Come around the corner. Come on. Thank you. Now we're going through the other side. To hope. Oh, so he spawned back where the bat was. See. Again, I don't know if those are like priority slots, like if they'll always move up to the first defined spawn slot, or what the deal is, but you'll see them move around from time to time. I'll grab this health since I'm in here, just in case I need it. We have a regen, we have a chickenizer. There's a mimic. So I want to be careful to not shoot that until I'm ready. Thank you. Great. Back to the chest. I haven't found the key yet, but we've probably got plenty to explore over the other half of the map. So just like the bat, the ghost isn't impacted by traps or environmental hazards. The other thing about these enemies is any health, any damage they've sustained, if I leave the room, their health resets. Great. There's the key. This is an interesting room because you can't, I don't know how it shows up on YouTube. Yeah, you can maybe kind of see it depending on how it comes through the stream. There's just a little bit of a pit there, so you can't go around that way. I was playing on my Super Pocket when I first got this, and I really couldn't see. I was like, why can't I pass through that? I thought it was just a shadow, but there's a little pit there that you can see. We'll leave that because we've still got some exploring to do. There's another entrance to this room, so I might go around so I don't need to take the ghost on so soon. My friend the Blue Thulu. So what I could do here is I can take a shot to hopefully get a hit on him. But that's not really going to... actually, is he only one hit now, since I'm at strength 3? When I'm going to end up in rooms like this further down in the dungeon, it's going to be a matter of how close, if there are multiple enemies in a room, how close they are to each other. Because it's a matter of how much I can dance with them to get through the room, and how quickly or how likely it is that they're going to close me in. So you can see these two are quite far from one another. So I could take a hit on this Blue Thulu and sneak past, and I should be able to make it through to maybe that door on the right without the bat closing in too much. My other option is to come in through... actually, maybe this is the right way to enter, but to try to get behind the chest over on the other side of the room. And that's going to depend on how quickly I can get past this Blue Thulu. But I guess first let's see if it only takes one hit to kill it. That's 2 hits. Which I guess were easy enough to get. I need to remind myself not to be so cavalier with the hand-to-hand, because it's going to become a problem soon. We're only on level 4. Level 5, 6, it starts to ramp up by the time we get to... 8, 9, and then all the way through 15. It's going to be a problem if I'm getting too up close and personal with these monsters. Health potion, which I don't have room for. Okay, that's not a mimic, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. I could hide behind it and shoot through for the chicken, but that's not going to work for the ghost. Let's come back through the other tile and see if they line up for me. Yeah. I got a health pickup because I'm already at maximum strength. It's going to drop health until I'm maxed out on that. Oh, that was a mimic. Okay, turns out I'm still not great at detecting mimics. I thought for sure. So now I want to, what's the easiest one? Let's do it from over here so I can lure it into this trap if I don't get enough hits off. Were there enemies in this? Did I leave this to come around? Yeah, I'm the ghost. So hopefully he lines up with me. Being a little bit too cavalier again. We're going to run into some bigger monsters further down that I'm definitely not going to want to do that with. Okay, I can sneak through. This is a mimic, I can see that because they're next to each other. But I want to come back in through this door. Come on down, chicken. Great. We'll line up along this way. Get a couple hits off. Okay. That is all of this level. Let's head down. Oh man, the exit's all the way over the other side. And we'll pick up or replace any of our potions for that extra. I actually can't see my exact score because part of it's under the webcam. The thing that lets my webcam sit on top of my monitor. But I can see it goes up a little bit when I pick up a potion. Okay. Level 5. This is an interesting one. I don't want to spoil anything for you, if you aren't already aware. But we'll see that some of these chickens aren't actually chickens. And there's 3. And there's a trap in the way, so it's going to be tricky to dance my way out. I'm going to head down through that bottom door since there's only 1 chicken in the way. Now, is that our secret over on the left? I'll come back to see it in a second. Actually, that's a regular chest. So if I dance around to that. Okay. The nice thing about the chickens moving a little bit randomly is they'll often jump into traps and die. And you'll see that chicken jumped into a trap, but it didn't die. And we'll find out why that is. And that one jumped into a trap and immediately died. Oh, we actually, if I'm not hand-to-handing it, we can't actually see. But you can see the system message there. It says I hit Chiclathotep. So it's actually a tentacle monster. You'll see if I ever end up having to hand one. It'll turn into a weird tentacle monster when it tries to attack me. Is this? Yeah, this is the secret. I guess we'll grab that. We'll line up over here. Let's collect this in case I need to use that square to escape. Shouldn't have done that. It keeps working out, so I'm not adjusting my muscle memory here. Oops. But I really need to be in a position where I'm not hitting things with my hands as much as possible. Very soon. Because we're on level 5, we're getting those tentacle monsters. And that's going to be a problem. And as we get deeper, we're going to get bigger and more horrible things. Sorry, I'm just... Drop the link to this into Discord just in case anyone wants to stop by. I'll sit in silence until I'm done typing. Okay. Keep pushing through. I can't trust myself when there's only one on the screen. Okay, so that was a mimic. Let's see if this is just a regular chicken. It was. We just still didn't get to see the Chiclathotep try to hit me. Hopefully we never get to see that, but I'm sure at some point I'll do something stupid and one will get up in my face. Okay, so he's just a regular chicken. He's not. Great. And that's a regular chest. That's a regular chest. That seems to be a regular chicken the way it's moving. Let's see. Come on into the fire. Yeah, I feel like you're moving randomly enough that, yeah. Okay. Nope. Gotta train myself. I probably could have survived that, but this is about training for deeper levels. Regular chest. Also a regular chest, but I want to be able to use it for cover. Because I don't know what this guy is yet. Okay, regular chicken, and you're trapped over there. Also a regular chicken. Did we already get the secret on this level? I can't remember. I feel like we did. Ooh, a snake. I thought we didn't see those till level 6. No, sorry, a snark. Strength upgrade, but I'm already at max strength. Heal. I gotta come back this way anyway, so I'll pick that up on the way back. There's the key. I'll get this guy into the fire. Because he's secretly a tentacle monster. Yeah. I did chest. Okay. What do we want to give up for this key? I guess we'll give up a regen potion. And there's a heal potion here. Let's just check out this last room on this side, and then I'll grab it before I go over to the other side to check out that last room. Great. I got one chicken, and we know the other one isn't a chicken. We got it. Come on up here. That one is a regular chicken. Great. Okay. So we'll use a health potion and take the health potion just for the... Is that 100 points? Again, I can't see all my score under the webcam. But I'm pretty sure that was 100 points. And then we immediately walk into acid, which is fine, because I was too busy looking at my score. And I want to check that room in the upper right. I can't recall if we got the secret on this level already. Oops. I really should keep a list or have a checkbox or something. Yeah, we'll use the chickenizer. Pick up the chickenizer. Okay, we did already get the secret. On around. Thank you. Shouldn't have done that. You seem to just be a regular chicken. We already got the secret, so there's nothing special here. Okay. We'll head down to level 6, which is usually, I thought, where they introduced the snarks, but because it's like Snark Pit or something. But we saw a snark in this level. We're 1/3 of the way there. I guess, yeah. 15 levels. Sorry, Snarky Slime Pit. Okay, so this must be where they introduced the slimes. So the slimes are interesting because the acid pits don't hurt them. I don't know if we've seen spikes yet. But you can see these spikes shift every time I move. Sort of like those fire pits that open and close. So what you want to do is step on them when they're fully extended, because by the time you get there, they're all the way gone. And then shoot our little snark friend. Oh, here's one of our slimes. I might end up just dancing through the room with him so I can... Ooh, the fire will hurt him, though. I don't like... that the treasure chest might block my escape, but... Okay. So I should be able to get him through the fire here. It's gonna take a few hits. But this acid pit wouldn't hurt it. It can just walk through those. Oh, the key already. Let me come through the other end of the door so I can get a free shot. That's just a chest. The key, but I don't have a spot for it. I'll come back for it. I don't have to come back through here, but I'll try to remember. Bottom left is where our key lives. Okay, so the ghost can... Oh, I should have moved into his attack area there. But the ghost can move through these items. It wouldn't be able to move through that mimic, but then I'm standing in front of a mimic. But I can sort of like line up enemies that way. If I get them trapped behind the mimic, I can move a few squares away and turn around, take a shot at the mimic, and then they're all coming at me in a line. But for now, I danced past him, so I'm going to leave and come back. I can have a longer shot at him. Go like that, so we can line up our shot. And now the mimic can be trapped behind this heart. I'm not gonna fight him yet. Let's head down. And then I'll need to dance past him again on the way back. Great. Nothing fancy here. Got a mimic. Secrets. No, we didn't find the secret here yet. Regular chest. Mimic and a snark. I don't want to wake up that mimic yet. Let's get through the room. Then I can come back and trap the snark. Oh, let's take care of this snark over here. And then I think the snark will be on the other side of the door. So I can just take it out. So now I either need to trap him on the other side of the door, which I've done, or I can leave the room and reset him. Because I don't want to fight him hand to hand. Regular chest. Still no secret. There's the secret. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? So the one nearest me is a regular chest. So I might be able to dance past. And everyone's lined up. So now the ghost is trapped behind this line. And he's not going to try to get around for whatever reason. And I can just take my time. Oh, he can... I forgot. Now he can pass through the chest. He doesn't pass through mimics. He passes through chests. I think I can take him if I just hit him. And I have enough potions and enough in reserve that it'll be okay. But I want to get out of that habit. So... let's try... That's the tough part about having to, like, turn around. Nothing in here? And a regular chest. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying before this. But now he's going to close the distance, and I hope he closes it within my... yeah, within my line of fire. They're pretty good about that. And then we'll go ahead and make up this mimic. Oops, overrun. Great. The chest. Come on over. It's not the direction I wanted you to move. Come on up, I guess. It seems to be... I don't know if different enemies have different weights for the direction that they move, but it seems like it's entirely random. Where if they have a clear path towards you, they're just going to choose a random direction to close that distance, versus, like, you know, they might have done, like, ghosts will always move horizontally before vertically, or whatever. But I don't think that's really the case. I think it's just kind of random. Which is probably fine, because it's probably less exploitable that way. But part of part of the fun of playing as the wizard for me anyway, is sort of exploiting the AI in that way. So it would be interesting to be able to do that. But I understand why maybe it's not desirable. I believe our key is at that corner, so I'm going to grab that. And we'll grab a few points for our pickups. 50 points for the heal. We're getting to the point where I don't necessarily want to give up a full heal potion, but we'll do it. And not accidentally walk through that acid pit. Level 7, we get these little scorpion guys. So these are interesting because, one, they do a lot of damage, but two, they can poison you. And you'll see it in the effect pane in the bottom right there. If, hopefully a big if, I get poisoned, you'll be poisoned for, you know, X number of turns. And every so often you'll take damage. But you can short circuit it by taking any potion. It doesn't matter what the potion is. It doesn't have to be a healing potion. So even if you have like a reveal all potion to reveal the map or something, that'll still cure you of poison. I guess let's keep going this way because I've already been here. This isn't going to be helpful. I'm not too stressed about this room, but I'm trying to get into the frame of mind for, you know, level 10 plus, where I start having to make these paths in rooms to, you know, you have 2 or 3 enemies in the room and you have to dance through it. Because once you've maxed out your strength and your health and you have all of the potions that you want or all the potions that you need, you don't need to fight all of the monsters anymore. So there are some cases where you'll be able to just dance through these rooms and leave all the monsters the way you found them. Or, you know, you need to get through to the other side to be able to line up a better shot. Like if I get through to the other door, I can come back in and take out that snake, that snark. And be further away from the ghost. Whereas if I take a shot at the ghost now, it's just going to be in my face and I'm going to have to fight it hand to hand. I can move along that pit in the upper left, but the ghost can move over that pit. But as long as the snark doesn't come in the other side, I shouldn't get trapped. So let's do that just to kind of get warmed up here. Great. And then I can come through. Take out that snark. I said I wasn't going to do hand to hand, and then I immediately went back on my vow. No, I'm not going to hand to hand the scorpion. Oh, the secret's in this room too. You're closing the wrong direction, pal. It's fine. I'll go get the secret and come back. And hopefully have you line up better. He's in here. Nope. Yeah. Nope. At higher levels, it becomes a lot of this. trying to get the AI to move the right direction and to get all the hits off that you can. Great. So now I can hopefully trap that snark behind the chest. And it's not a mimic, so I can bump it. And we'll grab that health potion. All right, this room. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to take out that scorpion. But I can get a hit on it if I come in through the other door, and it'll step into the acid. I feel like the traps do a little bit less damage, so it's, you know, we'll consider it 1.5 hits rather than 2 hits. And I might be able to finish it off with the acid depending on how it's moving before the ghost gets here. But if that's not the case, I might be too far away from the door, so got a little bit of risk here, but we'll see. Come on. Great. So now if I leave, come back, I don't know if the ghost is going to be closer. Yeah, the ghost took the scorpion spot, which makes it harder to hit from here, but I can go use the other door once I dance past. Let's see who wants to get hit here, and then I'll go take care of that ghost. Okay, nobody wants to get hit there. And then we'll kill the ghost. Let's try this again. Gary the ghost. I always forget the ghost's name. Come on, bro. Great. How many hits do you take? 2. And you're a regular chest. Interesting. Okay. Let's... I kind of want to chickenize this ghost. There's no good way for me to line up shots. And I don't remember what the wizard's max health is. I want to say it's at least not 5, I'm pretty sure. I want to say it's at least 6. So I want to keep killing all of the enemies until I get max health, and then I can start being a little bit more lax of, you know, if I were at max health and max strength, I would just leave and not do this room. But I want to max those things out first. So let me chickenize. I should have come in through the other door for it, but let's hope he's just a regular chicken. I don't know if the chickenizer can ever turn them into tentacle chickens, but Chicklathoteps. But sometimes I worry. We're not quite done with this level yet, so I'm going to leave that heart where it is so I can come back for it. Hey, buddy. Let's get you through the acid. These rooms, if you aren't familiar, these rooms are... The levels are randomly generated or procedurally generated, or, you know, whatever you want to technically call it. The rooms themselves are like handcrafted. So we've seen this room before. This is the one where I stopped to talk about this little shadow slash pit over next to where I killed that chicken. but the exits are in a different configuration. You'll see in every room, all of those edges are always doors. It's just a matter of which one hooks up to other ones. So it's not fully randomly generated. See, we're in the same room again, but with different exits and with different enemies. I'm going to stand on top of this potion, kill this slime across the pit, and then we've got the scorpion over on that side of the pit. Not much to worry about. This is a regular chest. No need to worry about a mimic. I forget how many hits a scorpion takes, if it's 2 or 3. But it's definitely not 1. 3. I'll come back for you. Come back in through this door again to get off a couple of hits. That slime, again, can pass through that acid without getting hurt. But depending on how this scorpion helps me out, no, it hasn't helped me out. Let's try that again. I want to, actually, I'll go around the long way. So go through this way. Have a ghost. Let's line up through this door, side of the door. We have a mimic. Let's try to get him into the fire. Great. And again, while there's only one enemy in the room, there's really no danger to you. You can always, since you both move at the same speed, it's never going to close the gap. It's never going to get a hit off on you while you're not prepared. So I'm going to go back to that other room with the, what was it, a scorpion. What are these guys called? Scorpedos? I want to say they're called Scorpedos. And the slime. Because this isn't a mimic, so I can bump this chest and keep this, yeah, Scorpio behind the chest. Hopefully the slime is not going to line up behind it, but I can leave the room. No, I can't bump it, but that's okay, because I can now just kind of enter through a different door so I can get some shots off on it. Lots of guys in here. Get a few shots off on him. Is it 2? It's only 2. Okay, what did we have in here? We have a ghost who can cross the pits. We have a Scorpio. And we have... I should really remember the fun name of the slime guy, but that's okay. We might be able to lure the slime into the fire. Well, the acid doesn't hurt it, the fire will. But this is another situation where it's like, if I was at full health, max health, I guess, if I wasn't looking for another health upgrade, I would just leave this room be. There was a chest there, but I'm not going for high score. I'm going for completing a run. Let's chickenize everyone. We'll have a treat. Then we'll get strength upgrade, which we can't use. But we have at least one potion to pick up, and we still need to find the key. So we need that inventory slot anyway. Right, I forgot about this room. Okay. So if I try to dance past the Scorpio, worst case scenario, I have 4 health potions. I have a regen potion, and there's a regen potion in the other room. So this room isn't going to kill me. But if I can dance past everyone and come back in the other way, it's going to be a lot better for me. But it turns out I can't. But I can kill that Snark, and we can push through and come back and get a few hits off on the Scorpio. Great. Okay. Coming through here. So he stays trapped behind the door. This is not a mimic. I believe a mimic will always reveal itself to a magic missile, even if the magic missile doesn't hit. That's just a regular chest, which won't stop the ghost. We'll see if we can come back in through here and get the slime to come. Slime's not cooperating. Nope. If I can get the slime behind the... Yeah, there we go. So now, hopefully that will change the spawn slot for the ghost, which it doesn't, but that's okay. Grab the treasure. Ooh, what's that? I've never seen this before. Inventory is full. Guess we'll use a health potion. I've never seen this before. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's get out of the room and you can see what it's at least called. Divine Intervention? What do we think that is? I'm gonna look it up. I know I should, as a roguelite-like, I should be discovering, but an item called Divine Intervention in a chest. Ooh, this is on the spotlight that Pete wrote about it, which I read, but I must have forgot. Effectively acts as an extra life, allowing you to immediately resurrect on death, giving you a second chance to succeed. Without this, when you die, it's game over. Yep. So it is a Elden Ring, Night Rain, Wending Grace. Sorry, I keep hitting my desk. I don't know if that's... I assume that's coming through the mic, because I don't have it suspended on a thing. I'm going to leave that ghost there. I don't have a... You know what? There's a heal right in the room. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just going to take it for the points. I don't need it. Still haven't found the key. This Divine Intervention, I assume I want to keep it in my inventory. Let's replace this regen for, again, a meager number of points. And hopefully we'll find... Oh, hello. I don't remember leaving you here. I don't know if that Divine Intervention spawned because I'm at max health and max strength, or if it has a chance to spawn anytime. So I'm gonna I guess keep playing slowly. To see if I get another health power up. That's a regen. So we'll use a full heal to grab the key. I'm pretty sure we found the secret in this level. I'm going to keep talking about how I should check it off or something. Have some kind of, you know, flip over my phone or something when I find the secret. But I'll just keep asking every so often and not being sure. Nice. So level 8 is where we start seeing some of the bigger and more tentacly enemies. Let's see if I can get a couple. No, I won't be able to get all the shots. He'll be 3 or 4 maybe. And he spawns. Okay. So I can walk him through some traps. I want to say his name is Dork Young. They always fake me out when they decide not to move for a turn. And get misaligned. But I'm getting better about not automatically walking right into their attack range. Even though I almost just did. Come on, close that last one. All right. Nope, come on, close it. This is what you're in for the rest of the run. It's just me slowly walking monsters around acid pits. Now at some point, I'll stop having to fight all of the monsters because I'll know I'm at max health. I feel like I at least get a 6th one, but I actually can't recall. Alright. Monster died of bad luck. I love that message. Let's grab this. And take a shot. Great. I've never seen this from before, I don't think. That's interesting. I feel like I had seen all of the rooms and it was just a matter of, well, which ones have exits and which ones are blocked off. But I don't think I've seen this one before in any of my runs. It's nice to know there's, between the Divine Inspiration, I guess, is the bigger. I haven't seen this before. Okay, if I get a chicken. See if that changes any spawn positions. Nope. But I'm gonna try to sneak past. Okay, maybe just a chicken. Just a chest. In this other room, there's a mimic here. So it's very tempting to trap these guys behind a chest, but I'm like 90% sure there's a mimic. Is that all the way over? I'm gonna talk about, I can take a shot and it's not. Is it gonna hit me? No, I think it will hit me because I'm next to it. You know, try to hit me. I don't think it has like a waking up move. I think it will be able to attack immediately. Well, let's do it. Okay, it is just a regular chest. Faked myself out there. want to do here. We can get the snark and try to trap the Scorpio behind a wall. Nice. 1, 2, 3. I'll pick up this regen. Oh, there's more chickens in this room. That's a Chicklapatep. Okay. I don't think I can dance with all 3 of these guys at once, but I'm at least going to try to get through the room. They're all on the right side of me. Maybe I can do it. If I can just get that Chicklapatep dead. The other one's got to be just a regular chicken, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Especially since I have that Divine Intervention taking up an inventory slot. I don't need to feel too bad about wasting potions, because I have a slot full anyway, permanently. Alright, let's see if this is a regular chicken. This is a dumb idea. Great. And now they're gonna corner me, which is not what I want, and I don't have... I mean, I have a lot of potions, but I don't have a chickenizer. I actually don't know if the chickenizer, again, I don't know if that spawns any Chicklapateps, or if it could turn a regular enemy into another Chicklapatep. So let's move over here. So now I have to move into attack range of something. So that guy's almost dead. Alright, that worked out, even though it was dumb of me. But at least I knew it was dumb while I was doing it. Okay, so let's see if I'm already at max health. If I'm already at max health, I can just speed my way through these levels. Speed is a relative term here. 5, okay, so 6. I want to say 6 is going to be the complete max, but I need to, I guess, see one more to be sure. Let's go in through here. Hopefully the Scorpio lines up right. Great. 2, 3. Cool. Then we'll trap the Mimic behind... Oh, the Mimic is in front of the chest. I just need, like, a Dark Souls, which way is the chain facing for a Mimic. This, like, aligned slightly differently. It's a little bit much for my brain, I guess. Okay. Actually, there's no way I can hit it here without it getting what I'll call an attack of opportunity. Assuming it can attack. Again, assuming it can attack on the turn that it wakes up. Which I'm not sure it can. But I'll just leave it be for now. Okay, we've got lots of guys in here. I'll go around so they're not right on top of me and kind of see if they're able to line each other up or line up with each other. And there's a health right back here, so it's not the end of the world. That's fine. Will that change the spawn positions? Yes. In a good way? Maybe. There's another chicken back? Did that come from under the dork young? Or were there always, maybe there were always two chickens in the room? And one was just hidden. Let's go in through the other side of the door. Nope. One, two. Secrets. I'm gonna continue to ask myself, did I already find the secret in this level? I'm pretty sure I didn't, because we just came down here. So I want to say I would remember if I'd been into a secret room yet. We got a lot of guys here, but hopefully we can line them up behind this chickenizer potion. One of them anyway. And this other guy seems to be a regular chicken, because he's closing his mouth. He's closing in, so he might be a Chick-Lath-a-Tap. Oh. We see this more and more in later levels, and I'm never sure if I'm just not paying close enough attention, or if this is a real thing. But sometimes I'll leave a room and come back and another enemy will be there. And in this case, twice it's been chickens. I don't know if I leave a Chick-Lath-a-Tap, if it will spawn another chicken or something. Let's see what happens this time. I don't know. Come on, move across. Line up with my magic missile. Thank you. Great. Regular chest. Great. I'm going to leave this chickenizer for now. I'm pretty pumped about this divine intervention we picked up, I gotta say. Because one, I've never seen it before. It was mentioned in the spotlight, which I read, but it must not have meant anything to me because I read it before I played the game. So I'm pumped to have seen it, first of all, but I'm also pumped to see how it works. Last time I got to the boss with a wizard, obviously I died because I haven't won with the wizard. So I'm interested to, hopefully, get a free life on the boss, if I can save it that long. Let's come in through the other door. Great. Everyone's helping me out here. Thanks, everyone. 2, 3. Turn around. Here's the secret. Okay. We have found the secret on level 8. Everyone remember that. 1, 2. One, two. Can we not get... Or were there just other enemies in the way each time? 1, 2... What? 1, 2, 3. Not a mimic. So we have a full heal there. Do I want to replace a regen? A regen is nice for the boss and for the bigger enemies deeper in the dungeon, because you'll heal over time. You can, I don't know if you can actually theoretically heal more hearts. Like if I was down to 1 heart and a full heal would give me 5, I don't know if a regen would ever give me more than 5 in that situation, but it's sort of the like, does it get me in a position where I can take one more hit if I regen rather than full heal? So gotta pick up that key. Is there a chickenizer? There was a chickenizer, right? Was it up one screen? Yeah. Okay, so let's... How do we want to prioritize these potions right now? We have another... Was it another regen I could pick up? I'm gonna hope it was. And I'm gonna chickenize everyone here. Okay, that just turned into a regular chicken. That was already a regular chicken. We're done with this level, so I'll grab that heart for a couple points. And then I'll grab the key. And then there was a potion? Is there a potion in here? Full heal. Let's just replace a heal with a heal. Man, how long have we been going? Oh man, almost 2 hours? Yeah, let's just kill everyone while we're here. Come around the corner. Yep, everyone line up in the kill corner. You got it. Thank you. Great. There's a cat here looking for my wife. She's working today, and every time she leaves the house, Momo, come here. Every time she leaves the house, Momo walks around yelling for her. You know, if Momo's taking a nap when she leaves, she'll wake up and be like, "Oh my God, where's Carrie?" And just walk around yelling for her. So she must have just woken up somewhere. Momo, come here. I don't know if you can hear her yelling, but if she stops by, I'll see if she wants to be on camera. Luckily, this guy, I forget, what's he called? Oh, the old thing. Can't cross the pits. Okay. That ghost can cross the pit, no one else can. And the chicken moved. Check that at the tip. 1, 2, great. We're already at telling. Oh yeah. Okay. I couldn't quite see where the end of that square was. I thought for sure it was a mimic. Or just a regular chest. Great. Well, you're the only one in the room, so can't trap you behind this without collecting it myself. So let's just stand here and shoot. I think do you only take 1 hit now, or do you still take 2? You don't do much damage no matter what, so that's not the end of the world. Let's grab that regen. We can use a heart shield here. Okay, so blue Thulus are 1 hit. Blue Thulus are 2 hits. We don't want to collect that heart yet. We can use the heart shield again, maybe on Mimic. Oh, you know what? We can't. Unless it spawns in our line of fire here. No. That's fine now. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll leave that health pickup in case I need it later. That just looks like a chest, right? Yeah. That one's a mimic. And we got a chickenizer. I kind of want to hang on to a chickenizer. Let's line up here. Right. Okay, so I want to make room for that. It's tough to... The curse of the divine intervention. It's tough to make room for potions. I mean, it's like being a... when you play rogue, your teleportability takes up the first slot of your inventory, so you never have your full inventory slots. So I guess divine intervention is sort of like that. Let's collect this chest. 1, 2, and yeah, let's do it. Just for a couple points. That's interesting. I wonder if I could trap that Dorkyung behind the key. If I can get him to not move for 1 turn. Or move back. Well, I guess step 1. Let's see if we can kill that chicken before the Dorkyung makes it to us. Okay, so now I can try to trap it behind this chest if it's not going to stay behind the key. Oh, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's give up. This is really... I want to hang on to a regen or a full heal. I'll hang on to an extra full heal. I still feel like the math might work out for regen being slightly better. I don't want to make another Night Rain reference, but that's the other game I've been playing recently, where you can get the ability that your Estus flasks heal you gradually, which is not great most of the time, but if you're sort of tanking a boss, it heals you up as you're fighting and you don't need to heal again as soon. I don't know if it's quite, if it works, if the math works out quite the same here. but I like to think it will. I feel like we're just about done this level. The one line up. Not lining up. Not gonna get 4 hits off on you there. Okay, where are you gonna spawn? Are you, okay, you're spawning on the ghost spot, which is good. That's probably a better position for you if you come. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh god, 4. There's something wrong with me that I keep doing that. All right, let's get a few points from this extra health. Let's get a few points from this health pickup. And let's head back over. You notice, or at least I notice sometimes, I've noticed in previous runs and forgot and have noticed again, that you kind of lose environmental hazards on these deeper levels. So you spend those kind of middle levels bringing people to acid pits and fire and stuff. And suddenly you get a bunch of rooms that don't really work like that. Come on, across. I need you to move the other way. Come on. Yeah. Nope. 1. Alright. What kind of chicken are you? 1, 2. Nope. 2. Keep you trapped behind the heart while we fight this Scorpio. Oh boy. See, that's why I... because there's a heart here. I was going to use a potion. Slug off. That's why I try to get into the habit of not engaging hand-to-hand, because it's not a big deal sometimes, but here we are on level 10, and it's going to start being a big deal if I take hits. Can't believe it's been 2 hours already. 2. Done it again. What? Nope. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. 1, 2. Let's grab this health so I know how much I need to engage enemies. So we have 6. Okay, I'm at 6 is the max. So I can speed through everything else. I don't need to wake up this mimic. I guess unless there's going to be an achievement in it for me. I guess I might as well with the mimics. I'll just avoid the stronger enemies where I can. Do I want a chickenizer? I kind of want a chickenizer. But it comes down to giving up a regen or a full heal. Thinking back to fighting the full boss, or the final boss. The boss sits in a pit in the middle of the room. And I can't see if my hand gestures. Okay. The boss sits in a pit in the middle of the room. And every, I don't know, 3 to 5 turns, it hits the squares surrounding the pit. But it keeps spawning chickens and Chick-Rathateps around that'll kind of peck at you as you're fighting. And I don't think your magic missiles will ever hit the boss. So, if I'm thinking about taking a few hits on the boss while I'm surrounded by chickens, we're going to be taking 1s or 2s of damage as we go if the boss isn't hitting me. So getting back those 1 or 2 hearts over time, I can sort of like proactively take a regen before I'm ready for a full heal, and it'll kind of keep me topped off. Again, assuming I'm only taking hits from the chickens and not from the boss. If I can time that, like getting in and out of the boss's radius. And I still have 5 levels before I need to care about that. But I'm just trying to... Alright, we'll give up a regen. And we'll have a chickenizer. Okay, here's our key. So once we collect this, we can just, like, be on our way. By which I mean we haven't found the door yet, so we can be on our way of finding the door. And I don't need to kill this Scorpio. Oh, inventory's full, of course it is. We'll give up a heal. I don't like that. Oh, and our door's right here. Okay, so it's a matter of, do I want the achievement for getting all of the chests and all of the secrets? I feel like it's going to be better. I'm in a position where I'm at level 10 as a wizard. It might be easier to complete those achievements as a warrior. And it'll be much easier to complete a run as a warrior because you're stronger. So maybe I'll prioritize completing the run and not getting the Chivos. That was stupid. Can't tell if that's a mimic. I do want that health potion. But let's leave so we can get a few more shots off. Come on over. Nope, go the other direction. The other direction. You're not doing it. Other direction. Come on, dude. Come across. One. Fine. Just because there's a health there. Grab that. Let's see what the secret is. We got chickens. We'll kill them if we can. Everyone Momo's here. She's very interested in finding my wife. But my wife's at work right now. So she'll settle in over there. And hopefully she'll take a nap. Up on up. Well, with any luck, she won't be yelling. There we go. Okay. Do a chicken. I like the idea of a chickenizer. Chickenizer doesn't help me directly, but if you're in like the perfect room for it, you know, like if you have a bunch of big enemies around and you really have to get through the room and you can't line up any shots to pick any off, it's really helpful. As far as I know, you can't chickenize the boss, but I've never been in the boss room with a chickenizer. It's just a regular chest. Part of me thinks I should get a 3rd health potion and drop the chickenizer, but we'll have a few levels to... Oh, that's just a regular chest too. I'll figure it out someday. We can maybe trap you behind this heart. was very stupid. This is what I'm talking about, that I needed to not get in that habit throughout the game, throughout the run. But I let myself do it. Alright, well, you know what? We're in a position where we don't need to kill this guy. So we can just sneak through. Let's kill him since we're in a position to do so. But we're at max health, we're at max strength, we don't need to kill everyone. Oh, a beholder. Okay, so we found the door, and we found a beholder. I wonder if I can trap it behind the door and take him out. I just don't want to be low on health trying to make my way over to the door and do something stupid later. Bat. Just, what are you? Canvas. See if you spawn in a different slot, and you do. Come on. Yeah. 1, 2. And you're just a regular chest. Let's complete the square. One, two. Got a chickenizer. Oh boy. So this is the kind of room that you don't want to engage in. Actually, this one isn't so bad, but whenever you see these old things here, it's nice to know that I'm at max health and max strength, so fighting them doesn't actually do anything for me unless, you know, killing all of the enemies is going to be a achievement. Here's another one. They're all on top of me. I'm going to avoid that. I can line these guys up. And the slime will even get hurt in the fire. Oh, except it wasn't closed. So the key is going to be in this last room over here. It's right here. Inventory's full. Do I give up the chickenizer? Let's use the chickenizer in that other room. Just to... just to actually use it for a reason. Everyone's chickenized. I actually don't know if they stay chickenized if I leave the room. So you can turn into chicklatheteps. I wonder if it's a matter of, like, all of the tentacled things turn into chicklatheteps and regular enemies turn into chickens. I don't actually know. Did we get the secret here? Like I said, I'm not too fussed with achievements on this run because I can always get them later runs, but if I can manage to do one here so I don't need to do it later, I'm not going to hate that. Chickenizer, chickenizer, chickenizer. I like having one on me in case if I had to get through that room, that would have been really helpful. Even just psychologically, if you know, we see that it can spawn chicklatheteps, which actually doesn't. Well, that's probably weaker than a beholder or a old thing. But even if it weren't, even just psychologically, being able to heal. Can we lock you behind this pit? Oh boy. What's wrong with me? That's... I'm not going to finish this run, and it's going to be because I hit a chicken. And that's exactly how the game is designed, I think. So it's good that it's working as designed. We still take 2 hits. Bats take 1 hit. So if you spawn in front of me, which you didn't. Oh boy. What was going on in here? Okay. That's actually not so bad. I saw all the fire, and I think that threw me off. Gary the ghost won't be stopped by that chest. Neither of you are very strong. That's the main thing. I'm going to give me a strength pickup, even though I'm at max strength. Beholder. You know, it's too bad I don't have a chickenizer. Was there a chickenizer that I could have picked up? I know there was on the prior floor. But I don't remember if there was here. I can look back in the first room. It's not there. I could probably make my way through that room, though. And you only take 1 hit, so I'm not super worried about you. No, there wasn't. I'll just kill this mimic so I don't get confused later. Okay, let's try to go around. This is a slightly less scary room. Can trap that Scorpio in some fire. And maybe hit it from here, which we can. And you're not a mimic. And let's line up with where that Scorpio's gonna have to come. And just hope everyone comes that way. I'm on across. Not risking it. Because those guys, like I said, those guys, we haven't seen it yet, but they can poison you. It's not, I don't think it's every hit, but if they poison you, you'll keep taking damage until, well, it's probably like, I don't know, 12 or 15 turns or something. Or until you take a potion of any kind. See if we can walk that chicken into the fire. Okay, it's a Chicklapatep then. But we can kill that guy first. And then try to outrun and drop you into a fire again. Come on. Okay. Okay, we've got a regen. Do I want an equal balance of regen to full heal? Oh, but we also have the key here. I kind of feel like as long as I'm avoiding if and when I get to the boss, as long as I'm avoiding hits from the boss, and I'm only taking hits from the chickens and Chicklapateps that it spawns, that a regen would do me better. A preemptive regen, so I can heal while I'm taking whacks at the boss. Because my magic missiles, again, I'm pretty sure those magic missiles don't hit the boss. So I want to be able... to get within the boss's attack radius for a couple turns and use all of those turns hitting the boss before I leave and, you know, take care of the ads. Oh. It's quite a theory I have. Let's get this health just for a couple points. It's not a very scary room, and this isn't a very scary room. Not that I'm wishing for very scary rooms. I can't tell because you're on carpet. No, you're just a chest. Let's go this way too, just in case. You're just a chest. Yes. Starting to get nervous. You're just a chest. Come on over, Gary. That's right. Yep, there you go. I don't think... Can I quickly... Yeah, if I move up there... Oh, actually, can I hit you from there? Can I get you to move up here? Because I can hit you from here. Yeah. Let's start up here. There's the key. Oddly, I think the beholders get affected by acid pits, even though you can see they're floating. I might be wrong. I'm gonna leave and see if I can find a chickenizer potion somewhere, since I have an open inventory slot. Since I don't know where the door is, it doesn't super matter if I have the key yet. So if I can grab a chickenizer potion and get that beholder out of the way. Yes, that beholder got hit by the acid pit. That's interesting. I can kill all those chickens. 2, 3, nope. I think the beholders are 4 hits, which I'm not going to be able to get off due to the positioning. 1, 2, 3. Or just due to the range of my magic missile. I guess the good thing is this just looks like a regular chicken. So if I can just get 1 hit off on it, that's all I need. But they also seem to move randomly. I'm not taking a chance, bro. I know you've goaded me into it before. But as long as the beholder isn't cornering me, I can theoretically get a shot off on the chicken. I'm just hoping it'll end up first in line sometime. But it's not. Which again is what makes me think it's just a chicken and not a Chickalapatep. Yeah. Okay, so now I can dance with this guy to get my potion. I can't tell how I feel about about the fact that if there's only one enemy in a room, it really poses no danger to you. I guess this one... Can I get around this? As long as you can move freely, a single enemy in a room poses no danger to you. Simply because none of the enemies... Oh boy. None of the enemies have ranged attacks. And they all move at exactly the same rate you move. So nobody's closing the distance, and nobody's shooting you from a distance. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like that it sort of gives you the feeling of outsmarting the AI, but... Okay, the door is right next to the key. So let's go back to the key room. Then we'll come into the door room from the other direction. I like that it's like... It makes you feel smart, I guess, in a way. Being able to get through rooms like this. Sort of your strategic movement is paying off, and that's neat. But it kind of removes all of the tension from the room. Like, you can look in the room, and no matter what enemy is in there, as long as it's only one, what's the big deal? Okay, so I wanted to... Actually, don't know if I need to chickenize this room, but I guess I might as well, because I need to pick up the key anyway. That one turned into a chicken. We'll see if this one turned into a chicklapatet. Nope, that one turned into a regular chicken. And that's got to be a chest, because it didn't turn into a chicken. Let's get a couple points. I don't remember if I finished my thought before. It sort of like takes all the tension out of a room. Yeah, I finished my thought. It takes all the tension out of the room if you just look at it and say, oh, well, there's only one enemy here, and it's not going to catch up to me. So what's the big deal? One, two, and then you're trapped behind a chest. 2, 3, 4. Health pickup. I'm gonna leave that there and try to remember that it's there, because that's also a full heal, and it's not going to give me an extra heart, so I can come back for it later if I need a full heal and there's not one available. We're on level 14 of 15, so I'm trying to rush through here because I'm at full everything. So I don't need to do anything other than find the key. Is that, yeah, it's a snark behind the beholder. So if he'll move into position here. 1, 2. Now the beholder is all that's left. I can dance with you. So I just need to get out of here, basically, is where I'm at. There's the door. There are no exits here. But if I can trap everyone behind things, it's going to be good for me. Because I'd love to be able to clear this room. So since I'm at max everything, I'm just looking to speed through everywhere. I guess that would have been fine. I'm just looking to speed through everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus. That's why. That's why. That's why. That is why I don't take pot shots at enemies. That is why I left behind this heal in the next room. And that is why we don't engage with beholders. Actually, I don't remember what beholders are called here. I've just been calling them beholders. I don't know their proper Roguecraft name. Two. Got some chickens, we got a beholder. I think I can sneak through here. Okay, that one's just a regular chicken, and that other chicken is trapped. And that's a Chicklathotep. But it's trapped over there. Got a key. Just looking for a key, man. Just looking for a key. And you are a mimic. 1, 2. Don't have a key, but you have a full heal. Can I keep that mimic trapped behind a chest? I like the idea of entering from the other side better, because that mimic will stay in its little carve out. So I can keep you behind the heart. And I can get the beholder into that fire and take a few shots at it. A lot of shots at it, it turns out. Complete this corner. There's nobody here. I guess I'll take it. Okay, so now that beholder is trapped where it is. That chicken is technically trapped where it is. This other chicken is going to be coming for me. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. 1. Great. We have a full heal there, which is nice. There's the key. I don't remember how many hits you take. Not that. Not that. More than 2. I don't know if it's 3 or 4. Maybe I just turn you into a chicken and it's fine. I don't know if I need to make all the hits on you. You know what? I need the inventory space anyway, so let's just chickenize you. Great. And you're just a chest. Okay. So, we're going down to level 15, which is very exciting. I think this will be I think this is the 3rd time I've made it to level 15 as the wizard. If we make it to the boss, it will be only the 2nd time I've fought the boss as the wizard. But we'll see if we can figure something out. We'll get the secret while we're here. I again don't know if I found secrets on all previous levels, and there's no way I don't think there's any way to guarantee you get the level 15 secret. If you haven't seen level 15 already, yeah. If you haven't seen level 15 already, basically, it's a regular level, and then at some point you stumble into the boss. So there's no way to make sure that you've done everything else before you get to the boss. There's no way to, you know, say like, oh, you know, I'm done exploring this level and now I want to fight the boss. It's just, I want to check this south room first. It's just you can stumble right into the boss. Which is kind of interesting. Nice. Which is kind of interesting, but a little bit frustrating if you're going for the achievements. Because again, there's no way to say, like, okay, like, I've found all 15 secrets. I've opened all of the chests on this level. So now I want to fight the boss. But it is what it is. Oh crap, we're on 2.5 hours here. Okay, level 15. Let's grab that full heal. That'll give us 2 full heals and 2 regens. We have a Scorpio and a Beholder here, so I don't want to get cornered. I want to feel like I can move freely. So if I can kill this Scorpio, great. I don't have to kill the Beholder. I don't mind the idea of doing it though. Great. Full heal and a chickenizer. I don't think a chickenizer will do me any good at the boss, because I don't think it'll turn the boss into a chicken. And all the ads in the boss room are already chickens or chicklaphoteps, which a chickenizer can spawn anyway. I like this room. I like the idea of moving through it, because all of the enemies are weak. Is that boss gonna spawn? The ghost gonna spawn? I like that I have a divine intervention. I don't know. Do I use that divine intervention? Why have I done this to myself? Okay. Oh boy. I don't remember what I was saying. But I'm going to kill these guys so I don't have to worry about them anymore. Another strength I can't use. One, two... And then we'll try to get it into the acid pit for the last hit. Well, last couple hits, because I don't think the acid pit does full damage. Oh, it does. Okay, do I want to trade another full heal or a regen? I don't know the answer to this. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone real quick for unrelated reasons. Do I want another regen instead of a heal? I think I want the... I like the 2 heal, the 2 regen. So let's stick with that. That room is scary, but not impossible. But I just want to check all the other rooms, because if the boss is in any of the other rooms and I don't need to travel through that room, so much the better. One, two. Here's the boss. Okay. So. What do we want to do here? My magic missiles don't hit the boss, as far as I can tell from the previous time I fought as the wizard. The boss, basically... So the boss is all those tentacles in the center of the pit, if you haven't seen this boss before. The boss. There's no other bosses. All those tentacles are the boss. You go up and you smack them every, like I said earlier, every like 3 to 5 turns. I don't know if it's exact or if it's randomly determined. It'll do a slam on those blocks all the way around it. And it does a lot of damage. A proactive regen doesn't sound like the worst idea. These chickens are, as you might imagine, a mix between chickens and chiclathoteps. So the chickens will be doing small damage to me. If I'm regenning, it might balance it. If I can get in and out of the boss radius, sorry, those tentacles are like hypnotizing me. If I can get in and out of the boss radius in a timely manner and not get hit, the small hits from the chickens might be balanced by the regen. I have this divine intervention, which is great. I guess there's nothing left but to do it, huh? I guess the thing I don't know about the divine intervention is if I need to use it to, like, register it to make another Night Rain reference. The wending grace you can get to resurrect yourself during a boss, you keep that in your inventory and it's used automatically upon death. I imagine divine intervention is largely the same, but there's no way to know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close in on the boss. And I'm going to wait until it does its first slam. And then I'm going to get in on it. And I'm going to take a regen potion. Oh. That's unfortunate. Okay. This is going to set off my timing. I had my timing down. I kind of want to take a regen and kill some chickens. Let's not take a regen. No. Let's not take a regen. Let's let these chickens surround me. And then let it do a slam. And then get in. 1, 2, 3. Back. In. 1, 2, 3. Back. In. 1, 2, 3. Back. 1, 2, 3. No, no. This chicken has trapped me. Does the boss hit the corners? Yes, it does. Heal. Chicken. Chicken. 1, 2, 3. Out. In. 1, 2, 3. Out. In. 1, 2, 3. Out. In. 1, 2. Let's move out and kill the chicken. Hit in. 1, 2, 3. Ouch. Regen. Two, 3. Out. In. 1, 2, 3. In. 1, 2. Yes! And then I just need to get over to here. We did it. We completed a wizard run. We only did 11 secrets. I thought I found secrets, and I guess I gave up on secrets or missed some of the secrets further up or something. I thought for sure we would have done like 13 of them. Feels good, man. Feels real good. That was we've been going for 2 hours and 38 minutes. Okay, let's do it. Doing a save. Feels good. Feels good. That only gave us the True Wizard achievement. So we still don't know what True Seer is. And there was nothing for winning with all 3 of the classes. And we didn't get Dungeon Master because presumably that's like finding all the secrets. We didn't get Chesty because that's finding all of the chests. We didn't get Dry Run because we took a bunch of potions. So what is True Seer? Part of me is like, oh, obviously, I think I mentioned this before, there's a 4th class that you unlock after winning with the first 3. But it seems so unlikely. No, still just the 3. I wonder what it is. That's the only one I don't know how I would... True Seer. And the other ones I can sort of guess at. But True Seer has me baffled. Okay. Man. 2.5 hour run, huh? Sure would be nice to be able to save partway through, but I guess that's okay. Alright, well that's a wizard run in Roguecraft DX. If you're looking for any wizard tips, I hope that was helpful to you. I know in the video description it said maybe we'll play some Taito Arcade 2 after we're done, but it's been 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes now. So I think I'm probably just going to head out here. But it doesn't look like anyone stopped by during the stream, so if you're watching this recording, thanks for stopping by, thanks for giving a watch. I'll catch you later.